On today's 30-minute mechanic, I gimp around because I whacked my knee on the dashboard of my pickup and I can barely walk. But other than that, we're going to measure for a belt, and we're going to take a look at that crossover pipe, see where we need to cut it. We might go ahead and cut that, get it ready, put the V-band on, and we'll see where that takes us. So let's go. Tools scattered everywhere. So what we're going to do, we're going to measure for our belt. I'll show you how to do that, how I do that. I can get some of this stuff kind of straightened up. Lights and paper towels, and I already put a gnarly gash in the side of my hand. So that was great. Let me grab a my torque set here. First thing I got to do is pick up that screwdriver. I mean that pry bar. Just stick it right there for a minute. First thing we're going to do is this upper pulley. I came out here today and I was goofing around, and I went to turn this, and the thing would barely turn. I got it to wiggle and turn, but that's terrible. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to see if we can take that off. I got another one right here I think will fit. I had left over from the green bean. So if I can find my ratchet, we'll see if we can get that pulley off. Oh, that's the wrong way. Gosh. Oh, I'm a professional at turning bolts the wrong direction. Now, curiously, this pulley has the sides on it. And when you, that's terrible. And it's falling off. When you look it up online and look for the belt, the pulley, the upper pulley, it looks like that one. I think that's going to work. It doesn't have the little ribs on the side, so I don't know where that one came from, or why somebody put it on there. Yeah, that dude spins good. Now, I actually ordered a belt already, and since I just changed that pulley size, it may be wrong. I don't know. But I measured once, but I didn't show you how to do it. What you do is I take a belt like this. I've got a big long one here that I use for this stuff, and I cut it. Now you can use, I've used masking tape to do the same thing. Get real careful because it'll tear real easy, but you can do the same thing with masking tape. What I do is I just route it around the way it needs to go. Back around. Come on. Flopped over there. It doesn't look like I want it to. What's going on here? Which way does that tensioner pushes down? Yeah. Well, we're good. You run it around here. You know what? Y'all can't see anything of what I'm doing here. Let's make some room and scooch in. Whoa, look out. Tripping over brake clean. That's not any better. That is. There. There we go. Much better. Okay, I've routed the belt around. Come up the top. Goes into there. And then what we want to do is dip this guy under there. Because that's supposed to push down. And then, once we got everything lined up, duck it back under here. And then I take a Sharpie. Then I'll make sure everything's in the right grooves. Take a Sharpie. Take me a mark there. Hey, and we're back. Our, I don't know, our microphone got screwed up somehow. So what I was saying, I don't know if it got any of this. I take a long belt, loop it around all the pulleys, come back to where it's where it meets up, and then I take a Sharpie, and wherever that belt kind of comes to, I make a mark like that. Then you pull it out. And you pull it out and you just take a tape measure and measure how long the belt is from one to the other. Now, belts, I don't know if this one has it. This one does not have it on it. Part numbers on belts, pretty simple. Usually there's something that tells you how many ribs are in. If it's a ribbed belt, has a 6 in the number somewhere. But usually the last 3 digits of the part number of the belt, usually the last 3 digits are the length in inches. So if you need an 82-inch belt, the last 3 digits of the part number will be 820. If you need a 82.5-inch belt, the last 3 numbers will be 825, 83, 830. So it's just inches with a decimal to the nearest half an inch. So the lengths can kind of vary sometimes a little bit there, but that's how you can look at a belt. You know, if you have a belt there and has a part number stamped on it, you can look at it and you can go, oh, that's an 82.5-inch belt because it's 825. So there's our little nugget of information for the day. Okay, we got our upper pulley replaced right there. We measured for our belt, and we're ready to move on to something else. Hold on. All right, we're going to try a different camera angle here. You're perched You're perched atop the intake manifold. Now, this downpipe, I'll grab it over here. Like I said, it's kind of been cobbled together. Remember how to drop it in there. This is what makes it so hard to get in. It'll go in. It just has. You gotta hold your mouth just right. And okay, get back. Come on. Get a little more. Get under. That may be a problem. Come on. Wiggle down. Come on, fuel lines. I don't want to have to take you loose. Okay. This may not operate like I want it to for testing, which is fine. We can go ahead and chop it. Okay, normally, well, I could cut it with my bandsaw. Yeah, let's do that. I like how it cuts way better than the chop saw. And we're back. That didn't take but a second. See? Chopped. The bandsaw is awesome. Except I just knocked the blade off of it. I have to fix that. Sometimes if you get in a little bit of a bind, it'll go bonk and it'll pop off. Not a big deal. All right, now you can see we're gonna have to do some turning. Quite a bit of turning. I don't know how well it's showing up from that angle. I may have to move you to the other side. Let's time out. Okay, got this thing pointed around the other direction. Now, as you can see, our downpipe is going to be about, well, that's probably a good half the width of the pipe away from the flange here. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to do a little do-si-do S-turn right in there, which shouldn't be too big of a problem. The deal is I don't want to make it too long, make my S too long back this way and shove this into my pipe too far back that way. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to find my Sharpie and I'm going to try to make a reference mark somewhere. Okay, no, that's on the flange there. Do I have anything that I can line up with? That's probably going to get cut off of there. Well, I guess if I really wanted to do this, swing that, oops, swing that down. We could just put us a mark. Put us a mark. Maybe. Mark each of these. Well, no, that's about where that pipe needs to be. We're after the S. So, okay, we got that kind of figured out. Now I'll have to get back there in my pile of parts, exhaust parts, see if I can scrounge up some bins. Not going to do that right now. Because that's just goofy work. Now I wish my valve cover gaskets were here. Then I could put valve covers on. But they are taking a slow boat from, I don't know where they're coming from. So can't really do that today. What we might do is crawl into there and look at that oiling situation. Since I have my $10 brass tube, we can kind of get some of that stuff taken apart down there and get it ready to put back together. All right, let's go down. Okay. I'm not sure how well you're going to be able to see this. Get that stock. Oh, throwing things at you. Look out down there. That's a good cue to maybe put that up. Now, this is a hodgepodge deal. You know what I need? Need my socket. Where is my socket? Don't know why I can, there it is. Oh, it's bigger than I thought. Is there a, hello? Perfect, there we go. Sorry for the delay there. I had to get my socket that you use to get pressure cinder hoochie doos off of there. How did I do that? Oh, I know how I did that. Don't need that. I need like a 9/16. Man, a 30-minute mechanic is struggling today to find the right things. Okay, and we're on the floor. That is hard on my knee. The knee I disastered on the pickup earlier today. Okay, if I can see what I'm doing here. Yeah, there we go. That's exactly how I did that. I mean, it's like a puzzle up in here. You got to put things together. You got to put it in the right order, or nothing will fit, or you don't have room to screw things in. So I'm gonna get this out of here. You know, I bought a 4-inch pipe nipple because all they had was 2-inch, which I think is what's in there, or 4-inch. They didn't have anything in between. I've got to replace that power steering pump. It's still leaking fluid on stuff. Come on, let's get my other arm in here. Now put the copper oil pressure gauge line in, but I don't know if you can see that, but I hadn't hooked it up yet because I knew I was going to be doing all this. So I just left it hanging, waiting to go on. And hopefully I haven't lost the ends. I have no idea where they are at the moment. Great. Someday, this is going to be loose enough to come out of there. So you got to take this, you got a T up in there, and you got to take the gauge out. I mean the factory gauge sender out first, and then maybe I can get my daggum digits in there. There we go. Pull that radiator hose over. There, now that one's out. Whee! Yeah, just dripped oil on the floor. Of course, not unusual. And then the T has to come out. Ugh. Which is not easy either. I don't know how to get what is happening. Maybe if I get my wrench on the end of it, I can just twist it like a screwdriver. Nope, I can't. Whew. Let's see what's going on. Ow! What? Keeps poking me in the elbow. Just love working on things that you can see, but there's no way to. Let's go get a stubby. What size is that? That's a 5/8. Let's go get our stubby 5/8. I might be able to wiggle it in there. Just love working on things you can see with your eyeballs, but you can't get your fingers in there to do anything. All right, stubby, where did I see you? Stubby. Not a stubby. Not a stubby. Oop, there it is. Oh my gosh. Oh, I just got poked in the back of the head with the brake clean straw. Okay, stubby. See if we can stick it. Oh yeah. Well, I say oh yeah. Oh yeah, like the Kool-Aid man says. Oh yeah. Now, reposition my, oh, perfecto. Oh, perfecto, perfecto. I'm doing all the good. I don't know if y'all can see this, but I don't think you can because I barely can. I think maybe I've turned it enough that I can twirl it around with my fingers. Fingers! Da, 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 da. There it is. Oh man, that one may not be 2-inch. That one may be, doesn't look like 2-inch to me. That looks like 1-inch. Maybe I need to go get a 2-inch stub thingy dingy. What our plan is here is, see, we have a three-way deal. I got a 4-way one. It has one on the other side too. So the plan is to put the 4-way one in there, and then I'll have room for my turbo feed and my stock gauge cluster thing, as well as my mechanical gauge. So let's pop out of here and go take a look at some of this stuff. Again. Yep. I think we messed up by getting the $10 part, and of course, I probably won't take it back. But see, we got a 4-way block there instead of a 3-way. It's roughly the same. Actually, the 4-way is a little smaller. That might make it easier to get a wrench on. That's good. Might make it easier to fit in there. Good gravy. I don't know how we're going to do all this. Anyway, some of this stuff's got to change. We got to change all over this other block. So we're going to okay. Didn't even need that. Didn't even need that guy. Yo, look at that. I had to cut that thing when I was actually putting this gauge on this car. I had to make my socket shorter because it wouldn't fit in there. So that's the kind of weird spatial issues is we're having down in there. I'm trying to get this gauge fitting out of here. Yeah, maybe. And yeah, I did. I used Teflon tape on it. You know, people lose their minds. You can't put Teflon tape on there. Don't do that. It plugs up. Now listen to me. You can do it. Just don't go bananas with it. Don't get it. I mean, don't cover up the end here with Teflon tape. I mean, keep it on the threads up here. Keep the threads back. And you'll be fine. I've done it forever like that. Without a problem. Now, that definitely is going to not work. So let's grab a little tape. Because you can look at the size difference there. There's only about that much room down there. You can probably just stick it down there and I'm going to measure this one. Where's my tape measure? Tape measure. Alright, the nipple that was in there looks to be like a 1.5 as it goes down in there ways. Probably a 1.5 inch. A 2-inch would probably be about right. Then push it out another 1/2 inch under there and give me a little more room to get things in. So, oh gosh, I mean. Try to get ahead of the game there. Hey, look, there's my fitting for my hose. I mean, my pressure gauge line. Can't lose that. Try to get ahead of the game by going to the store and buying what you think you need, and it ends up biting you in the butt. $10. Did I mention $10 fitting? I guess I could take it back. But it almost seems like more trouble than it's worth. I think I'm doing this backwards. I'm wrapping this, and I am doing it backwards. Did y'all do that? You'll start to do like Teflon tape and then end up wrapping it the direction that instead of tightening it over the threads when you screw it in, it tries to unscrew it, unravel it. I do have some Teflon pipe slime over there. That's stuff you smear on there. Yeah, that's perfect. But I don't really like that stuff. It gets all over you. Yeah, that feels kind of tight. Let me find something to hold this with. Holder. Ah, perfect. Holders. No, we could do this like this just a little. Whoa. Just about messed up. I got a little bit more. I mean, maybe this will. Maybe my hands will be in the view. This one on. This one I want it to go straight out the side towards where the copper line comes in, so I can put it on. Yeah. Tighten. A little more. Oh, yep, that's good. Oh, great. There it goes. Come back here. Okay, now the plan when I get the other one is, and I think this is going to work pretty good. I can't put, I'll just use this for example. Can't load this thing up with everything and put it in. So that won't work. There's not enough room to tighten. So you have to wait and put this unit in first. Screw, tighten. Oh, yay, we're tight. And then put that one on the top, tighten. Yay, we're tight. And then this one can go in the bottom. Tighten. Yay, we're tight. After this whole unit is in there. Of course, I'm going to hop under there just real quick and double check that is too long, because I think it is, but better to take a quick peek and be sure. So, yeah, I was going to move the camera, but I'm not going to be down here that long. If I can see anything. I got the big Harbor Freight light up top, so it's like sending down. Oh yeah, there's no way that'll fit. Nope, not a chance. Can't even get it started back there. Man, it would be great if it was like right there. How far is that? Actually, maybe a little less. You know what? Do I have any pop taps? I think I might have a die. If I had a die, I could cut my own threads. That might be kind of fun. Tape measure. So yeah. If I had a 2.5 inch, that would be like perfect. Of course, Lowe's did not have any 2.5 inch. They had a 2 inch. So, what is in there? A little flake of, I don't know, it's gone. We might. Well, I mean, I've got this piece. Maybe I should try to put a die, run a die. Let's make sure I got a die first. Let's go look. Surveyor says no. I do not have a die. I have a 1/4 inch, but not an 1/8. So, I guess I'll have to get a shorter deal from the store to put all this together. Gosh, I feel like I'm spinning my wheels about half the time. So I'm not prepared. I like to be better prepared. So much for that little project. At least we know what we need to do. Half the stuff is learning what you got to do. Half the battle. All right, let's move on. We're gonna make a few sparks. Couldn't get this in the chop saw. And the old Sawzall blade is too dull, so we're just gonna try to use a cutoff wheel to get this piece off this exhaust. You know, instead of using safety squints, maybe I should just put my goggles on. That way I don't have to squint and worry about getting metal in my eyeball. What's that? What? Angry raccoon mode engaged. I don't know if you can see that, but we got us a piece. We got us an elbow. It's one of them. I was able to get the other one chopped off with the chop saw over on the other side. So, and these are 2 rejects from the EcoBoost exhaust. But should be able to use them once I square up the ends. Should be able to use them to make kind of an S. Whoop. Kind of make an S for the old downpipe. Oh, heck yeah. Heck yeah. Cool. Awesome. I think that's going to work. Well, I think that's probably going to do it for today. I've flopped around like a tuna on some of this stuff. And got about half of what I wanted to get done, but you know, that's part of working on hot rods. Let's move this big contraption out of the way. It's got a nice flex joint thing in it, but go back to the good gravy. Sit up. Back to the exhaust pipe abyss with you. Okay, let's wrap this up and call it a day. I've got tools scattered everywhere. There's stuff all over the car, all over my little makeshift table on the floor. I got to clean up. Tomorrow, I'm cleaning up. So the video tomorrow may be short because I'm straightening all this up before I get started anymore. Today, cool. We got our downpipe cut. Now we know how much we need to make our little S. We got this little reference mark put on there and on the shock tower so we can get it in there the right direction, right distance. Showed you how to measure for a belt, maybe if the microphone was working, because I had a little microphone issue there. I don't know if you noticed, but it did. Showed you how to measure for that belt, replace that top idler pulley with one that actually turns now. Got a couple of pieces of pipe chopped for the downpipe. Make us an S somehow, you know, somewhere, I don't know, something like that, a little S. I don't know if you can see that, but whatever. So that'll do it for 30-minute mechanic for today. This is the new haircut edition. Got a haircut today. My niece cuts hair, Sonia Rogers. She does a great job. Anyways, like, subscribe, tell your friends, ring the bell, and we'll see you next time. Bye.